Welcome to the chapter Multiplication. This slide presents the overview of the chapter. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to explain the count of rows, discuss equals of multiplication, explain multiplication with 0 and 1, construct the multiplication table of 10, demonstrate the multiplication of the bigger numbers with different methods. Introduction. Basic mathematics involves the basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Here we are going to learn about multiplication in detail. Let us start with an activity. Find the odd man out from the following options. Here we can find the numbers in the form of groups of things. We can observe different objects on the screen in the form of groups. In the first one, we have 3 groups where each group consists of 2 apples in each basket. In total, we have 6 apples and the representation in the form of multiplication is as shown on the screen. In the second one, we have 2 bikes where each bike consists of 2 tires. In total, we have 4 tires and the representation in the form of multiplication is as shown on the screen. In the third one, we have 3 groups of bought chocolate where each group consists of 4 squares. In total, we have 12 squares and the representation in the form of multiplication is as shown on the screen. We use into as the symbol of multiplication. Now, we can perform an activity to count in groups. Count in groups and find the total and write it in the boxes provided below. Here we take another activity to count in groups and also the total. Express the following equations in the form of multiplication. Let us carry out an activity to match the cap with the respective pen. Find the cap of the respective pen from the options below. Now, we see the multiplication in the form of counting. Multiplication can also be in step counting. Suppose a grasshopper jumps 2 steps in a single jump and it has jumped 6 times in that way. This can be written as shown on the screen. Let us see some example problems. Express the following using multiplication. Grasshopper jump equal to 4 times 4 steps. 4 times 4 steps are 4 into 4, which is 16. Grasshopper jump equal to 3 times 5 steps. 3 times 5 steps or 3 into 5, which is 15. Grasshopper jump 5 times 4 steps. 5 times 4 steps or 5 into 4, which is 20. Let us look at an example. One day a boy went to the fruit shop and thought of buying fruits for his mom. The rate chart appears as shown in the table below. A. If the boy wants to buy 5 kg of apples, how much will they cost? B. How much will 4 kilograms of oranges cost? C. How much will 3 kg of grapes cost? Solution. For question A, given that 1 kg apples costs equal to 6 rupees, therefore 5 kg apples cost as 5 into 6 is equal to 30 rupees. For question B, given that 1 kg of oranges cost is equal to 5 rupees, therefore 4 kg oranges cost as 4 into 5 is equal to 20 rupees. For question C, given that 1 kg of grapes costs rupees 7, therefore 3 kilogram grapes cost as 3 into 7 is equal to 21 rupees. Here we are going to count the eggs in a tray. Here we can see a tray of eggs. There are 4 rows of eggs and in each row there are 5 eggs. Instead of counting the eggs one by one, we can do it as multiplication of the eggs with respect to the number of rows and vice versa. This could be written as shown on the screen. Let us have a look at the table of 10. Here, if we observe carefully, each bundle consists of 10 pencils. By multiplying with the number of bundles with respect to the pencils in each bundle, we have the table of 10. Here we see the multiplication with 0 and 1. Add the zeros as shown on the screen. We will always get 0 irrespective of the number we are multiplying. Now add the ones as shown on the screen. Hence on multiplying with 1, we will always get the same number as the result. Now, we will know equals of multiplication. Select an option from the left column and then find its match from the right column. Let us look how the bigger numbers are being multiplied. There are 3 methods of multiplication. Method 1. counting the numbers in the form of addition. Let us multiply 31 into 3. Here we can add the numbers by the successive addition of 31 up to 3 times. That is, 31 plus 31 plus 31 is equal to 93. Therefore, 31 into 3 is equal to 93. Method 2. Multiplying the numbers by splitting the place value. Let us multiply 31 into 3. Here we can split the numbers by their place values. For the number 31, we can split as 30 plus 1. 30 into 3 is equal to 90 and 1 into 3 is equal to 3. That implies 90 plus 3 is equal to 93. Method 3. Direct multiplication using tables. Let us multiply 31 into 3. Here we can simply multiply the numbers using tables. Therefore, 31 into 3 is equal to 93. Let us take another number to multiply. Let us multiply 25 into 3. Consider that 3 boys consist of 25 erasers each. Here we have grouped the erasers as tens and ones. Let us count all the groups of tens and all the groups of single erasers separately. If we observe here, we will have another 10 as we count the erasers which are in singles. We can make them as 110 and the 5 erasers remain the same. We have 10 plus 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 5 is equal to 75. The same result can be obtained by another 2 types of multiplication procedures. Procedure 1. Here we can split the numbers by their place values. For the number 25, we can split as 20 plus 5. 20 into 3 is equal to 60 and 5 into 3 is equal to 15. That implies 60 plus 15 is equal to 75. Therefore, we can get the same result as 75 by splitting the tens and ones place values. Procedure 2. Direct multiplication using tables. We get the number 15 when 3 and 5 are multiplied. Here the number which is in tens place, that is 1, is to be carried over to the tens place and above the number 2 as shown. Then, multiplying the numbers 2 and 3 gives 6 tens, and we will add the carried over 1 here as a 10, and that becomes 7 tens. Let us do an activity to multiply the numbers. Multiply the following numbers and write it in the boxes provided below. Let us look at an example. Calculate the given problems. A. 15 into 3. B. 22 into 4. C. 45 into 5. Here we are given 15 into 3, wherein 15, 5 is in ones place and 1 is in tens place. Method 1. If ones are multiplied, 3 into 5 is equal to 15 ones. 15 ones are equal to 110 plus 5 ones. If tens are multiplied, 3 into 1 is equal to 3 tenths. 3 tenths plus 1 tenth are equal to 4 tenths. Method 2. In method 2, 15 is split into 10 plus 5. Now multiply 10 plus 5 with 3. We get 3 into 5 plus 3 into 10, which gives 30 plus 15. Again now 15 is split into 10 plus 5. Then we add 30 plus 10, which is equal to 40. Therefore, we have 40 plus 5 equal to 45. So, finally the answers of method 1 and method 2 are equal, that is 45. Here we are given 22 into 4, where in 22, 2 is in 1's place and 2 is in 10's place. Method 1. If 1's are multiplied, 2 into 4 is equal to 8. 8 is in 1's place. If 10's are multiplied, 2 into 4 is equal to 8 tenths. 8 is in 10's place. Method 2. In method 2, 22 is split into 20 plus 2. Now, multiplying 20 plus 2 with 4. We get 4 into 2 plus 4 into 20, which gives 80 plus 8. Therefore, the answer is 88. So, finally the answers of method 1 and method 2 are equal, that is 88. Here we are given 45 into 5, where in 45, 5 is in 1's place and 4 is in 10's place. Method 1. If 1's are multiplied, 5 into 5 is equal to 25 1's. 25 1's are equal to 2 tenths plus 5 1's. If 10's are multiplied, 5 into 4 is equal to 20 tenths. 20 tenths plus 2 tenths are equal to 22 tenths. Therefore, the answer is 225. Method 2. In method 2, 45 is split into 40 plus 5. Now, multiplying 40 plus 5 with 5. We get 5 into 5 plus 5 into 40, which gives 200 plus 25. Again now, 25 is split into 20 plus 5. Then we are adding 200 plus 20, which is equal to 220. Similarly, 220 plus 5 is equal to 225. So finally, the answer of method 1 and method 2 answer are equal, that is 225. Let us solve some exercise problems. Click solution for your reference. Practice zone. Try to solve the problems in the practice zone on your own. Summary. Let us recap the highlights of this chapter. When a number is multiplied with 0, we will always left with 0 irrespective of the number we are multiplying. We will always left with the same number which we have multiplied with 1 when the number is multiplied with 1. We use the symbol cross for multiplying the numbers. We have seen various methods to multiply the bigger numbers. We had a glance on equals of multiplication. We have learnt an easy multiplication when the things are arranged in the form of rows. Follow-up work. Movie ticket for a child is rupees 10 and for an adult rupees 15. If a family spends rupees 100 for tickets, how many children and adults are there in the family? Multiply the numbers by splitting the place value. 33 into 4. Direct multiplication using tables 46 into 3. Test your understanding of the chapter by taking the mock unit test. You have successfully completed the chapter Multiplication.